I am here to talk about a movie directed by Tom Ford. And if you don't know who Tom Ford is or you've never heard of it, it's like a perfume brand or it's like something related to fashion, which is a bit insane to think about, right? And I remember seeing this and I was like, oh, I've heard of Tom Ford before. It's like that weird thing. I didn't know there was a guy named after it or there was a guy called Tom Ford. And turns out it's actually Tom Ford, the one behind the whole fashion company or the perfume company, right? And he makes movies. Apparently, there's one more movie he's made. I don't know what that movie is called. I don't know if I'll ever watch it. Maybe I will. But I'm here to talk about Nocturnal Animals, which is something Tom Ford directed. And I don't know whether any of the products of Tom Ford are good, but his movie sure is. This is an incredible movie. This movie is fantastic. Way better than I ever expected it to be. I went into this movie blind and it turned out to be so good. It was really good, right? I'm not even gonna drag it anymore. I'm just gonna start talking about it. Jake Gyllenhaal is incredible in this film. His acting is phenomenal. And I don't like to say Oscar worthy because honestly I don't value the Oscars very much. I feel like it's very hit or miss and you can't really say a movie's good because it got nominated for Oscars. But seeing how Michael Shannon got nominated for supporting actor for this movie, I can say, yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal is giving an Oscar worthy performance in this film. I love the story of this film. The acting in this film is so good. Jake Gyllenhaal is killing it. Michael Shannon is killing it. Amy Adams is killing it. And Aaron Taylor Johnson. I don't know why Michael Shannon was the one who got nominated. Aaron Taylor Johnson is such a fucking scumbag in this movie and he plays it to perfection. If you like good acting and good performances, this is the movie for you because everyone is killing their performance, killing their part in this movie. It's fucking phenomenal, right? Talking about the story, I love the analogy of. So again, I'm gonna get into a bit of spoilers here, right? So I like the analogy of how the relationship of the past is basically portrayed in the movie or portrayed in the story. For those of you who don't know what the movie is about, it's basically Amy Adams, rich woman, gets a book written by her ex, and the book basically talks about their relationship, but it's in the form of another story about like a whole husband, family, and then really fucking fucked up stuff, which I don't think I want to get into, honestly. Watch the movie yourself. But it's basically an analogy of how their relationship was, right? And it starts to get clearer and clearer as the movie goes on, which I think is pretty good. I like that. I love that shit. I did not like the ending because it was like it's one of those open to interpretation endings, which I was just like, well, this is fucking annoying. Now I have to Google it to find out what that exactly meant because there's usually these open, they say it's open to interpretation, but most of the time it's not that open to interpretation. You kind of can figure out what it's supposed to mean. So I did some research and I find out him not showing up at the end. So if you don't know, the movie basically ends with her being like, oh yeah, let's meet for a dinner date with the ex who sent the book, which is also played by Jake Gyllenhaal. And then he doesn't show up and that's how the movie ends. And him not showing up is his revenge for all that she put him through. And I did some more research, right? And apparently the whole book is basically his revenge against her, which is I thought was kind of lame. Okay, this messaging is revenge is pointless, right? And like, but the fact that he spent like what 7 years, because I think she mentions it's been 7 years since he last interacted with him. He spent the last 7 years hung over this chick and wrote a book just to get revenge. And honestly, I don't know if that was supposed to be a good thing. It just kind of further proves the point that revenge really is pointless. Which I don't know if that's genius or just really lame, because if you know how the story in the book ends, it is kind of fucked up. But yeah, I just thought the whole book being his form of revenge and not showing up, his revenge was very lame. And realistically, I hope that no one is ever that hurt from another human being that they're not able to move on 7 years later. Because he dedicated his entire life to writing this book, which is again about his past relationship, and it like 7 years. So that just kind of made me feel like, damn, that's hell of a revenge. So I didn't like that part, but again, that is very small details which that's like one of the things which I did not like. But other than that, I still think it's a very, very incredible film. It can get very uncomfortable. I mean, like, uh, sinking into your seat, kind of uncomfortable, and it gets very dark. It's oddly realistic and very gritty. Ugh. And it's I don't mean uncomfortable in the terms of, oh, it's a lot of blood and gore and realities of life, but it really is to a certain extent, right? And it just, God, I think what really drives it home is the characters are also really well written. Like, it's not just good performances, the characters are incredible. You got characters who you really want to root for, you got characters who are kind of, neutral, and you got characters you really want to hate. And it's incredible themes of guilt and loneliness, and like I said before, revenge, karma. It's like peppered throughout the film. And yeah, this is an incredible film, man. Nocturnal Animals is actually, I don't know if it's famous, I don't know if it's underrated, I don't know. I just decided to watch it because it was like Jake Gyllenhaal. What an incredible film. Like, I would 100% recommend you to watch it. I didn't even get into any detail about what the movie's about, because this is one of those things where you watch it once and you kind of don't want to watch it again or even talk about it again in detail, because it can get a bit dicey. It's a good film. I would 100% recommend everyone to watch it. But that's going to be it from me. If I had to rate it, I would say it's like a 8.5 to a 9. Yeah, that's going to be it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.